everyone, welcome back. This is Tika the Cosmic Witch here. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is your weekly download for this week going into the new decade. So it's a little bit later than usual for timing, but it is what it is. I just want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate all the love and support that you guys give. Watching these videos, commenting, liking, and sharing these videos are all ways that you can help support the Cosmic Witch and keep the coven going. Okay, so this video is going to be a little bit different from what I normally do. So I am going to be talking a little bit about the aspects of the current cosmic shifts happening, but then I'm also going to be delivering you guys your message through the cards. But instead of it being just cards that I have shuffled for myself, or not for myself, but shuffled as in like a couple of cards, I'm actually doing a pick your pile, pick your card type video with this as well, because I feel as though you'll feel more personable to your own message versus it being a grand collective message. So we'll see how that goes. You guys let me know if you guys like that or not. But I say thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope that the love and clarity and abundance that you are sending towards me is sent back to you sevenfolds, okay? So it's going to be a really quick video though in terms of the astro aspects, just because we are still in eclipse season. So we just had our eclipse on December 26th at 12:13 Eastern Standard Time, and although that eclipse is now finished and over with, we are still in the shadow period of that eclipse, and we are also going to be having another eclipse, a lunar eclipse, starting next Friday on June 10th, which is going to be a full lunar eclipse in Cancer. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the aspects that are happening currently as we are slowly entering our first quarter moon, and then I'm going to go deeply dive into the card messages for you guys. So currently the moon is sitting at 15 degrees Pisces, and so as you can see, we are feeling a very meditative, very calm, very much so, you know, not thinking illusionary, but very much so in our heads and in our subconscious, and really trying to align ourselves to our higher self, and even really so paying attention a lot more closely to the messages given by the divine and spirit. If you guys are hearing any weird twinkle music in the background, that is a chakra balancing playlist I'm playing right now, because Shiva, my black cat from the Black Cat Apothecary, he has a lot of anxiety, and I find that these videos help him. This music helps him a lot. As you know, animals do receive, you know, the same vibrations that we do. It's just that how they take them in is a little bit different in terms of how they digest it. So if you hear some twinkle music, don't mind that. That's just for Shiva, so he can calm the F down, so I can film. Because as you guys know, if you are OG members of the Cosmic Coven, you know that you have heard Shiva's song. I call it his singing, because my God, it is it's a little intense. Yes, I am back home in Ottawa, and I'm actually sitting at the altar today, or one of my 4 altars right now. I felt called to sit here instead of sitting by the other backspace that you're used to seeing. So first things first, yes, the moon is sitting in Pisces, and it is currently sextile to Mercury, Jupiter, and Uranus. The moon is also trine to the North Node right now, and Uranus is also making a trine to Jupiter and Mercury and the Sun right now. So there's a lot of really interesting aspects going on, and actually, because it's the first quarter moon, the moon, Mother Moon, is starting to show herself more and more to us each day, which means that she is growing as we get closer and closer to our full moon eclipse. So that being said, if you have any, you know, growth spells that you want to do, or any intentions you want to put out there for things you're trying to manifest to grow, now is actually a really great time to do so. Yes, it's the first quarter moon, so sure, it's not her full magic, but who is to say that the moon is not magic because she's not showing us her full self, right? We manifest and set intentions every new moon, which is the darkest moment of the moon. And as she grows more and more each day, she becomes more powerful to us. So as we are now entering the first quarter moon, which is happening on Wednesday, we definitely want to, you know, align ourselves to that as well, if we can, magically as well. So if you're looking to set some intentions for the new year, you don't have to wait for the new year. Start now. The energy right now for the cosmos is beautiful. So with these sextiles with the moon to Mercury, Uranus, and Jupiter, that really essentially just means that these planets are working together. Now, there's not necessarily a whole lot of movement happening, but it's ensuring that we are looking in the right direction and putting ourselves on the right path. So with the moon being sextile to Mercury, which just went into Capricorn, this is really showing us that, okay, take the vision that you've seen from your third eye and from your dreams and from the messages, everything that Spirit has been giving you, and apply that to your intentions right now. Take that mental image and put it on paper right now. Write it down. Write down a plan, use your agenda, create a 5-step guide, a 5-year plan, a 1-year plan, a 6-month plan, a 3-month plan, etc. What can you do to align that dream that you're seeing, that vision that you're seeing, and allowing that to come really into 3D, into fruition, okay? Now, with the sextile to Jupiter and Uranus, Uranus is sitting in Taurus right now, in retrograde, and Jupiter is sitting in Capricorn as well. So again, think outside of the box. How big is this plan, and how unrealistic versus realistic is it truly? Now that Jupiter is in Capricorn, we can still take ourselves a little too seriously with these dreams and goals that we have for ourselves, but Capricorn energy ensures that we are really being realistic and really creating a plan so it actually can come to life for real. Now, with the moon making a trine to the North Node is connected to our future and collective destiny and where we like to see ourselves in the future. And so again, with that plan that we're creating, through our intentions that we're setting, the visions that we've seen from our meditations, our bath rituals, sleeping, etc., we are really able to take all this energy and conjure it together and write down these intentions that we need to have that are so deeply focused and rooted in what we want, and really ensuring that it actually makes sense. So it's not going to be some foggy image of just saying, example, oh, I really want to go to Hawaii and visit Hawaii and see the 3 islands, the big islands and whatever, and then not really having a plan to get there. You might have the image, but now is the time to sharpen that image and really ensure that you're allowing yourself to plan out that trip, okay, to the destination, to your destination, what that journey is going to look like, because the journey starts right now. It doesn't start with you, taking action and moving forward. It's also you having the idea, okay? So we're really much so in the fool's journey with these aspects as well. With Uranus making all those trines, it's really great because it's allowing us to know that we want to make these changes, but we also are reminding ourselves to take our time, because Taurus energy, Taurus being one of the slowest signs of the earth signs, and enjoying herself, enjoying and looking at the flowers and sniffing them, and really just being in the moment and not rushing to get there, not rushing to get to the destination, but taking your time and really enjoying it, because that way you're not being so hard on yourself if things don't go the way you thought they should have gone, which can obviously happen because that's how life works. Spirit will throw tests at us, mountains at us, rivers at us, so forth, and we still get through it regardless. And so this is what this energy is really allowing us to do. So really ensure that you are thinking about your intentions for the new year, and if you haven't started thinking about those now, I would suggest that you start, because the energy right now, it's very calm. The Neptunian moon is really pouring heavily here in Ottawa. We have a massive snowstorm right now, and of course it's because of that Neptunian energy of the water. Now, one thing I do want to mention as well is that Mars is currently square to the moon, and Mars is currently sitting 27 degrees of Scorpio, so it's still in that Scorpio space, but it's sitting in a square to the moon. So there's this conflict of us understanding that we know that we have this vision that we want for ourselves and for our higher self and for our lower self, which is really just the self that's afraid and concerned. And with that square to Mars, essentially there's some insecurities with that vision, and us talking ourselves out of it so that we don't make any actual actions or any real progress with it. And so with the sextiles to Mercury and Jupiter and Uranus, again, we are still in Capricorn season, so sharpen that image to the best of your ability, sharpen your pencils, and get writing, get manifesting, because as Mother Moon blows up and grows for us, so will your intentions, so will your dreams, and so will your vision, Okay, so that's all I really have to say about the aspects right now. We are again going into our first quarter moon, and as we grow more and more and more, there's going to be more aspects coming up, and I will of course update you guys via Twitter and on Instagram. So be sure that you are following me on both so that you can get the latest updates. Now, if you had watched this on IGTV, you would have seen a post already about the 3 piles of cards for your message for the week. So I set the intention to ask Sacred Spirit, you know, what is it the collective needs to hear right now? What is the themes and lessons that's going to come up for this week as we're going into 2020? And so there are 3 separate piles. So I'm going to start with pile number 1, and I'll deliver the message for you guys. So if you picked pile number 1, then you picked the large Carnelian. Carnelian is a really great stone for grounding purposes and really activating our root chakra. And the reason why I picked this stone, because 1, it was called to me, but 2, there's a sense of insecurities a little bit. Like, yes, the moon is sitting in Pisces, which is really beautiful, but that square to Mars and Scorpio can really have us kind of holding back ourselves from setting those intentions and really moving forward. And so with the Carnelian or any red stone truly, you can really invoke your root chakra and really work on balancing it. Again, we are in Capricorn energy, so in Capricorn, season, so we really want to ensure that we are feeling, you know, confident and sure of ourselves while we are setting these intentions. Because as I have mentioned before in the past, it doesn't matter if you have all the right tools, the right herbs and the candles and the oils. If your mind is not aligned to your heart and spirit, it doesn't matter, because it won't come to fruition. Everything has to be aligned. Okay, so let's start with that pile first. So I am delivering this message with the Moonology deck, tarot deck, the Moonology Oracle deck, and the Rider-Waite's Tarot, and then the Goddess Oracle as well. So for the first pile, we have the full moon in Aquarius saying, show the world the real you, which really is about, again, not being afraid and really giving no fucks. And just, you know, this is me, take it or leave it. I know who I am. I've surrendered completely to the idea of living up to other people's, you know, ideas of who I am, and really letting go of that idea and really embracing who you are. All the weirdness, the quirkiness, the silliness, the beautifulness that you are as a being, that is all right here in you. And this card is being complemented by the Butterfly Maiden card from the Goddess Oracle. So this pile, for you guys who picked pile number 1, you guys are going through a sense of transformation, and I really believe it has to do with your sense of self and really understanding who you truly are, and, you know, standing in your authenticity in that as well. And to continue with that, we have the Queen of Swords, the Moon, and the reverse Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune being reversed to me is really complementing the full moon Aquarius card, because there's a sense of, you know what you want to do, and you've come up with the plan completely. It's completely in motion as we are in the full moon stage for you. But there's a sense that you're scared and you're unsure and really doubting your abilities to really make it come true. And you're really unsure, and I say really unsure, there's a lot of confusion because of the moon card showing up. Now, the moon, again, she lights the darkness, and there can only be light within the darkness. You can only see the stars when it's dark outside. You can only see the moon when it's dark outside. Well, not true, but you get what I'm saying. Now, with the Queen of Swords, though, supporting this card, you have the drive. You have the drive, you have the passion, the motivation, but you're being so defensive that you're actually probably saying no to a lot of things, and you're blocking your blessings from coming through. So when Spirit is delivering you those messages, ensure that you're not blocking your blessings and, you know, bitch slapping them away. You want to make sure you're being open to receiving it. So don't be afraid, you know, allow yourself to go through the transformation. Ascension is not easy. It's not always linear. And if you know anything about Aquarian energy, it is everything but linear. Aquarian energy is all over the place. Aquarian energy is always changing like transformation. And so it's okay to start over and over again. It's okay to start over again and over again and over again and change your plan until you get this card upright. It's okay to keep changing. The moon does it every month. She's brand new every single month to us. She is a new person every single month to us. And so the sense of, defensiveness and self-doubt, it's all mental, but you have the game plan and you know exactly what you need to do. You just need to follow it and trust yourself. Trust that you know what's best. Stop listening to the outside voices. Listen to your own voice. Listen to your higher self's voice. Listen to your guides. Listen to your ancestors. They are the ones who are going to help you the most. They are your connection to spirit. And as we sit in this moon in Pisces right now, going into the first quarter, make sure that you remember that for yourself so that you can ascend the way you are supposed to. The Queen of Swords is a very powerful being. The Queen of Swords knows exactly what she wants. She calls all the shots. She's a little bitchy, but she calls all the shots, and she's defensive because she's gone through so much stuff before, and that's okay. But make sure that you're not running with a sword in your hand to the point where you trip over your own feet and stab yourself and self-destruct and sabotage the situation. Because all this self-doubt and all this, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, is really self-sabotaging yourself, okay? So allow yourself to go through the transformation. It's not supposed to be comfortable all the time, but you're getting there. You're already there. So for this week, really, think about what it is that you're trying to transform in your life. What is it that you're trying to ascend to? What are you letting go of that you're kind of trying to hold on to while also taking steps forward? Because that is where your Wheel of Fortune reverse is coming from. And once you figure that out and you remember who the F you are and you get back on track, it will come back upright and those blessings will come through for you. Okay? So that's for pile number 1. So for those of you who picked that, Scorpios, I'm talking to you. Libras, I'm talking to you. Okay? That was for you. And if that message resonated with you, please go ahead and tag your covens so they can also receive the message. For those of you who picked card number 2, we have the clear quartz clusters here, charging those cards for you. Wow. Okay, so you guys are also at this point of completion for this week. We have the full moon Taurus here telling us that your dreams need a practical plan, which is the perfect timing for this energy as we are in Capricorn season right now to create that practical plan. So looking at your budget, did you go over your budget last year? How much did you spend at Christmas time during the holidays? How can you get back on track? Slow down. Stop trying to do so much. And I say that because we also have the Chariot here, okay, and the Page of Swords. So a lot of people today or this week are really in their minds and really thinking about, 5 steps ahead, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but if you run way too much ahead, you're not going to see what's passing you by, and you could be missing out on, someone trying to give you a cup of water that's going to pour into your bowl of abundance, and you're just zipping by so you can't even enjoy it. Now, there's also, of course, the 7 of Cups here, which really has to do with illusion and deception and confusion and smoke and mirrors and not really knowing which one to go with because there's so many options. And then we also have the True Love card, which is very beat up, which is for true love, and understanding that the romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. And so this, to me, is really calling on to what it is you're trying to call into your life right now. Whatever it is you're putting your intentions into right now this week, it's already yours. The universe has already said yes. Yes, you can have it. Take this cup and drink. Drink slowly. Don't gulp it down, okay? Drink slowly from the cup and allow it to nourish you. Allow it to ground you and cleanse your body as you go into this next stage, into this next week, into this next year. Because right now, what you're doing, essentially, pile number 2, is You have all these ideas. You have all these ideas. You have a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, a plan D, a plan D, a plan E, a plan F. Yeah. And that's great. But if you keep just creating more plans, you're never going to get started. So stop making so many plans and pick a bloody one and get going. And when I say get going, I don't mean running like a crazy person. I mean taking your time, taking control of the situation, but not gripping on so damn hard. Release and surrender. We have a full moon in Taurus card. Release and surrender. Okay, Venus energy is all about knowing where you stand and being confident where you stand and knowing that you're going to receive it regardless. So, you know that you've done the work. The universe says that it is yours. Yes, it is yours. Yes, you can have it. Whatever you're setting yourselves into this week, it is yours and you can have it. Don't run into it though. Take your time. Really take your time with it, okay? And enjoy the ride. Really enjoy the ride this week and, sit back and relax. The universe is guiding you and pulling you to the right direction. You have a lot of plans, pick one. Because if you pick another plan, your head's gonna fall off. You're doing too much right now. You have the drive and you're ready to go, and that's beautiful. Just make sure you're taking your time and not propelling yourselves so fast that you are tripping over your own feet and over your own success. Okay? So, yeah, what's also really interesting about this is that you guys also have 2 7s here. So really look at the number 7s. Look into numerology, you guys. I'm not gonna tell you everything. Look into numerology and look at what the number 77 looks like for you, or 777. If you've been seeing 1707 or 707, or that number's calling to you for a reason. So definitely look into that as well. But remember that you are connected to source, like the Chariot. He wears, all the alchemy symbols on his cloak. He's got the star crown, like the Empress. He's connected to source and he knows where he's going. He ain't rushing. He just knows where he's going. So have that confidence. Have that confidence in yourself and loosen your grip a little bit, okay? And just enjoy the ride this week. There's no need to rush into the new year, okay? This whole new year, new me nonsense, why did you have to wait for a new year for a new you? Why? Is it really a new you, or is it the true you that you're lying to right now? You tell me. Woo, all right. Pile number 3, it's you guys' turn next. So you guys have the itty bitty cutie little pie Carnelian. As you can see, I really like orange stones. My favorite color is orange, just letting you guys know. So this is for pile number 3. And what you guys have here, ooh boy. Wow. 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 Okay, let's get started. So the first cards I pulled, actually I'm gonna read it this way. This is what Spirit is telling me to do. So we have the 9 of Swords. So again, another Swords card. So guys, Cosmic Coven, y'all are really getting in your heads, which I love because you're intellectual and I'm an air sign, so of course I love that. But sometimes it's too much, and this right now is too much. It's causing you so much stress and anxiety because you're overthinking. You can't even function properly and be your higher self because you are so stressed out. And the reason why I say you can't be your higher self is because this mofo is here, the devil, and there's a sense that you need to purge and cleanse that idea out that you are not worthy. Okay, cleanse the idea out that you are not ready for the next step. You need to kind of sit with yourself and really ask yourselves, why do I feel like I'm not worthy? Why do I feel like I'm going to fail? What is surrounding me? What people are surrounding me? What influences are surrounding me? Capricorn, I'm talking to you because this is your BFF right here. The devil is connected to Capricorn like nothing else. So what influences around you are you digesting that is intoxicating your space and intoxicating your idea of self and making you forget that you are worthy? What is that? And what is keeping you up at night? And to go with that card, we have the South Node, which is saying don't let your past hold you back. So perfect timing, because of course we're going into a new year. So you guys are really thinking about the past year, you know, maybe looking at your old plans, looking at your old goals for this year and thinking to yourself, what have I accomplished? And you're so disappointed that you can't even forgive yourself and allow yourself to enjoy what is happening now. And you can't even allow yourself to create a new plan because you're so overly obsessed, possessive of the past and the current that you can't even have a future right now. Like, you're so, like, it's a lot, you guys. I'm feeling your energy right now. It's a lot. And bless your soul, guys, truly. I'm gonna pause before I continue the reading and just say, pile number 3, if you pick this pile, I want you guys to work on your heart chakras. So please wear something for your heart, like rose quartz. You can even use the Carnelian and work on your root chakra as well, because there's a serious sense of doubt and disappointment and heartache, and I feel for you. I really do, because you guys can be really hard on yourselves. I get that. I'm looking at the Aquariuses and Capricorns for this pile, and even the Virgos in this pile, and the Scorpios in this pile, okay? So I want you guys to work on your heart chakras and your root chakras, and let me know how that goes for you, because there's some serious heavy energy in here. It's actually causing me to, like, clench right now. Oh my god. Okay. So we also have the sensitivity card here. So you're being overly sensitive, and the Queen of Cups is here to say, yeah, girl, you're doing a little too much. However, the beautiful thing about this Queen of Cups is that she is forever connected to Source. Look at how comfortable she is. She looks at her cup with ease and with determination, but really with ease, because she is forever connected to the divine, not to this trash, to the divine. This is where you're at. This is where you want to be by the end of the week, okay? So remember that you are connected to Source, and your past is the past. And as Rafiki would say, you know, you can either run from it or learn from it. You cannot banish it, though. You cannot remove the past. You can't rip that page out of your book and say, oh, it never happened. No, it did happen, and that's okay. But don't run from it. Learn from it. Learn from it and become so, you know, in tuned and so confident in yourselves, because you've sat with it and you forgave yourself and you released what you thought was going to hold you back. Okay, release what you think you're not worthy of. Purge, 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 purge. Some of you guys are probably also having some backed up digestive issues too, I'm picking up. So for real, purge. And all that cleansed tenseness that you have in your body, it's going to affect the vibration of the tools that you're using to set your intentions, your actual intentions. So really, really, really focus on that too, okay? So as a recap, release and forgive yourself. That's what you have to do, okay? And that can be really hard. I get it. You've had certain plans for yourself, and you try to control the situation so much that it didn't go the way you wanted to. And so now you're like, well, damn, do I even deserve this? Yes. Yes, you do. And it's okay to be sensitive. It's okay to care. Sensitivity is just passion. It's a lot of passion, but it's passion, and that's okay. But sometimes it's necessary for us to release a little bit of that so we can see the bigger picture and remind ourselves why we started. The lotus grows in muddy waters, the ugliest, the dirtiest of waters, and blooms something beautiful. And that is where you're going to be. You're gonna go from this to this. You know why? Because I believe in you, and Spirit believes in you, the universe believes in you, so do your ancestors, so does the cosmic coven. We all have your back, and so do you. You just have to believe that, okay? So I leave you with that, you guys. I hope you guys liked this video. Let me know if this resonated with you or not. Let me know if you like this version of the weekly downloads being given like this, where you guys are giving your own little piles to decide what you really feel like you are called to. And again, please tag your coven, your loved ones, share this video. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. I really want to hit some goals and grow the Cosmic Coven, you guys. I have so many plans for us, and I cannot wait to share. Something that I struggle with as an Aquarius rising and Aquarius moon in my first house with my Saturn in my first house is a lot of self-doubt. And so when I see the engagement, when I see that you guys are responding, that gives me the confidence to continue as well. So please continue to share and like and comment and subscribe. And I thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you on Wednesday, January 1st at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please go onto Google and find out what that time is for you. But January 1st, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Cosmic Witch, me, hello, I will be going live on IG to perform a Pisces moon meditation, which is something I am setting the intentions to do every single moon of the new year with everyone. And it's going to be, you know, just beautiful for us to connect all of our vibrations together to help elevate the vibration of the earth and ourselves and feel like we're not alone, because it can get really lonely. So I hope to see you guys there. Thank you so much for tuning in. I send you all my love and light and clarity and abundance your way, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.